The Persian Gulf War, also known as Operation Desert Storm, was a major international conflict that erupted in the early 1990s, following Iraq's invasion of Kuwait. With the United Nations mandate, a coalition led by the United States launched a massive military operation that spanned several months. It was a time of global apprehension, with every global event escalating into a worldwide power struggle. Nations across the world were glued to their television screens as the events unfolded, and every news outlet was laser-focused on the developments. At the heart of the conflict was the U.S., a major force in the war, juggling not only the management of the war, but also an array of other activities. Closer examination of these activities revealed a darker side of the war that was unfolding in tandem. In the backdrop of the arid desert landscape and the thunderous advance of tanks, a completely different type of war was being waged, one not with traditional weaponry, but with biochemical agents. The federal government of the United States, in collaboration with several undisclosed agencies, initiated a series of covert operations, leaving a murky trail where the boundaries of ethics, morality, and legality became dangerously blurred. These undisclosed operations managed to stay hidden for years, masked under the guise of national security. But when these operations finally came under intense scrutiny, it unleashed a chilling reality. The soldiers on the front lines, who were battling against not just the enemy but also the harsh, unforgiving desert conditions, were unknowingly used as test subjects in an intricate web of experiments. These soldiers, who had willingly enlisted to safeguard their nation, were subjected to tests and procedures without their informed consent or even their awareness. These experiments were far from benign. They ranged from exposure to hazardous substances such as nerve gases and radiation to tests involving unproven treatments and experimental procedures. The magnitude of these experiments was truly staggering. Thousands of unsuspecting soldiers were involved, each one of them caught up in an experiment they never consented to. The government, under the pretext of advancing scientific knowledge and fortifying national security, crossed a line, treating human lives as expendable. When these shocking revelations came to light, it sent shockwaves through the nation, igniting a wave of outrage and disbelief. Families of the affected soldiers were left grappling with the enormity of the betrayal. Advocacy groups promptly rallied to their cause, demanding justice and accountability from the government. As the dust began to settle, the true extent of these experiments and their implications were laid bare. Beyond the immediate impact on the soldiers' health, the revelations raised fundamental questions about the role and responsibilities of government institutions. They highlighted the importance of transparency, accountability, and the fundamental principle of informed consent in all areas of life, even in matters of national security. As renowned ethicist Professor Andrew Levinson states, the balance between national security and individual rights is a delicate one. This incident underscores the importance of maintaining that balance, of prioritizing informed consent and respect for individual autonomy even in times of war. Yet, perhaps the most heart-wrenching implication of these experiments was the betrayal of trust. These soldiers had pledged their lives to protect their country, trusting their government to reciprocate that protection. Instead, their trust was violated, and they were used as mere sacrificial pieces in a larger game. The story of Private John Anderson, who suffered from debilitating health issues after his return from the war, serves as a poignant reminder of the personal cost of this betrayal. "I signed up to serve my country," Anderson says, "not to be an unwitting guinea pig." These actions raise serious ethical and moral questions about the role of government and the extent to which it can go in the name of national security. As we delve deeper into this dark chapter of history, we are confronted with the urgent need to ensure that such egregious violations of trust and human rights are never repeated. Throughout history, governments and institutions have been involved in unethical experiments on individuals. These actions have caused immense harm and suffering. To truly understand the gravity of the issue, it is important to hear the real-life testimonies and stories from soldiers who were affected by these experiments. Personal accounts humanize the issue and make it more relatable to the audience. Experts in ethics, law, and military history provide valuable insights into the ethical and moral implications of these actions. They help us understand the legal and ethical aspects of conducting experiments on soldiers without their consent. The long-term impact on the soldiers who were subjected to these experiments is devastating. It is not just about the individuals involved, but also about the broader implications for society and the military as a whole. We encourage you to engage with this topic. Educate yourself by reading further on the subject. Support organizations that advocate for the ethical treatment of soldiers. And most importantly, raise awareness about this issue by contacting relevant authorities or representatives. The ethical treatment of military personnel is of utmost importance. We must handle this sensitive topic with care, empathy, and a commitment to ethical storytelling. It is crucial to expose the truth of what happened, based on first-hand knowledge and experiences of veterans who have endured the suffering due to the side effects of these experiments. Let it be known that these claims are not based on infatuated claims, but on the first-hand knowledge of a veteran who was a part of these experiments. The suffering continues to this day.